My name is Diana Poling, and I am an independent stylist with Lilla Rose Hair Accessories. And I wanted to talk to you for the next 20 minutes or so, a little in depth about Upins and Swerves. So if you have hair that is a little bit below your shoulders or around shoulder length, all the way down to your ankles, if you have a hard time, especially if you have really long hair, finding something that will hold your hair, you will be amazed if you'll stick around with me for the next few minutes. We're going to go over these kind of quickly as I can, but I wanted to show you just all the possibilities with these. Now, if you're anyway familiar with Lilla Rose Hair Accessories, you know that a lot of times what we talk about is our patented item, or that was patented, which is the flexi clip that comes in 7 sizes. This one's a large, this one is an extra small. And we have 7 sizes of those to work with people's hair for different lengths and different thicknesses. But what I want to show you that is so cool about Upins is the same things that I can do with, would take me 4 different sizes a lot of times of those flexi clips, I can do with 1 pair of Upins or 1 Swerve. So let me just go ahead and jump right into showing you what is a Upin. Okay, well, the reason that it gets its name is because it is shaped, as you can see, like a U. Let me maybe get a gold one. You can see that a little bit better. So and they're curved so that when they go around your head, they're very comfortable. Now, these are the plain ones, which we have just the simple ones. These are really popular with ladies, especially who just don't like a lot of bling, or if they're in the military or a dance troupe or something like that, that they aren't allowed to have bling in their hair. We have 4 different metal colors of this. I don't actually have any of the rose gold, but we have the brass, we have the black nickel, and the plain nickel that's like the silver. And they will come in 2 different lengths, but most of the time I recommend the longer ones. If you can see here, they've got these are just a bit shorter. They're good for ladies if you have really thin hair, or a lot of, maybe like for a small girl. So those are the basic Upins, and I'm going to show you how to use them. But most of them, we have the few that are plain, but we sell a lot of them that have a design on the end of them. And they come in 3 different price points. These are some of our basic ones. Just show you a few of the designs. We've got everything from butterflies to roses, just simple roses or flowers or hearts. And they start at $16 for a pair. If they get a little blingier, and maybe you've got a jewel in the middle or something like that, just a little bit, or a particular finish on them, then those might jump up to $18 a pair. And then we have some that are really blingier, I guess I should say, that these are really cute. You'll see their honeybee, like on a drop of honey, or the sunflowers that have like the enamel paint. These are some of my favorites that are maple. We've got a lot of those, and some of them even we do themed ones sometimes that are, these are more for fall. We also have some that comes in sets of 3. You'll notice here that this one comes with a nickel, a rose gold, and a brass, and then this one's really cute. It's got like a princess crown with 2 just plain jewel ones, and that's a set of 3. Those are, when you get to the blingier or the enamel paint, those are going to be $22 a pair. So, but they all work the same. It's just amount of how much bling you want on those. So I'm just going to show you real quickly how I use these. I'm going to pick these because they show up well in my hair, and they're some of my favorite. These are Grace. And so if you've watched my video on flexi clips, you'll know that for me to like pull part of my hair up and just like a half up like this, it takes an extra small. For me to do a ponytail, it's going to be a small. When I did kind of a French twist like this, it was a large. And then for me to get a whole bun up, I needed an extra large. So that was 4 different sizes of flexi clips, but I'm going to show you how I do all 4 of those styles with just this one pair of Upins. So I'm going to flip around here, and I'm going to start out showing you the bun first of all. We're going to go kind of backwards just to this. It's probably the easiest way to show you how they work. So I'm just going to twist a bun up here real quick. Notice I did not put any kind of a hair elastic in whatsoever. I just twisted it all around. So I'm going to take this flexi clip. Again, it's going to be curved. I'm going to hold it at the end. Now, instead of pushing it straight in here, I'm going to want it to curve around my head when I'm done. But I am going to kind of flip it backwards. And I'm just going to go kind of toward the edge of the bun here. And if you can see, I've just caught the edge of the bun. I'm going to come over here and touch the ends against my scalp. Make sure the ends of that pin are continuing to touch my scalp as I flip it. And then I'm going to push it in. And that will lock into place. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Just grab the edge of this bun like that. And then I'm going to come over here and touch and flip it. And then I'm going to push it in. And that's cinching up really tight. I think I'm even hitting the other one. There we go. And that will not go anywhere. I held up a lady's hair that was all the way to her ankles. Her bun stuck out about that far from the back of her head, but with just one pair of these. So they work really well. Even if you had like shoulder length hair, you could get like probably just half of your hair up. Even if you don't normally put all of your hair in a bun, you could probably do half up and do that. And I might even show you that in a minute. But this is not moving anywhere. Now I do tell ladies, just because of gravity, it will help. Think about when you were driving and you were learning how to drive, they usually tell you to put your hands on the steering wheel at 9 and 3 or 10 and 2. And that's where you're gonna want your flexi clips to go most of the time. Sometimes, like with the one with the princess crown or 3, you might put one, just even up at the top. And some ladies will even put them on both sides. So, but something like that. And that's mainly how it's all going to work. And so for a lot of different styles, so if you'll see, I can flip my hair back down. No elastics that I'm having to do or anything like that. Much better for your hair. So that would have taken me an extra large flexi clip, but I've done it with a pair of Upins. Now for the French twist, and I'll show you how to do what I call my quick and dirty French twist. If your hair is thicker, you might need to use a couple of fingers here, but this is how I do this. I grab my hair into kind of a low ponytail. I make my finger into an L, and then, or hand into an L, and I wrap my hair around that finger. And then I'm going to point straight up, and then I'm going to twist it to the outside of my head, and then down and back up, and I'm kind of raising my arm as I go. And if you can see what happened, it pretty much sucked my hair into that twist. And I've now got this loop that my finger's through. I'm just going to grab that loop, and then I'm going to continue to maybe twist it just a little bit more and kind of smooth this hair out and push any excess that was left there back into there. Now I'm going to take those same Upins, and again I'm going to flip it, because I'm going to be like this when I'm done with it curving around my head. So I'm going to flip it backwards, and I'm going to catch just a bit of this roll, and I'm going to come over here to this hair and leave the ends against my scalp as I flip it and I push it in. Then one will actually hold it for no thicker than my hair is, but I a lot of times will put 2 just to make it secure. And so now I have got a French twist that I normally would have used a large flexi clip for. And these are so comfortable and pretty, and I just love them. You can even see I've got That's the bobby pin I have in right now. Matches that one. So again, to take this down, I will just flip that out. Whoops, and drop my other one. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do, let's use a half up. This one I could do a couple of ways. I could have braided it, or I could do it just regularly into a bun. And this is where I was saying, even if you have shoulder length hair, as long as it's all one length, you could probably do this with your hair as well. So I think I'm going to grab the sunflowers just to show you. Those will stand out really well too, just to show you a different pair. So again, just going to grab the edge of the bun just like I did the first time with the small one. Put that through there like that. And do it on this side as well. Now, if you notice that my pin is sticking out a little bit here since this is the smaller bun, but all I have to do is kind of readjust that and push it straight through. And now you don't see the ends of that anymore. And this is where I was saying sometimes the shorter ones are better. Some of the ones even with a design on the end of them, we do have some of them that will come in the shorter length. Most of them only come in like the 3-inch length, but we do have a few that will come in the shorter length. So that's one way you could do a half up. Another way would be, you just brush this out a little bit here again. And it's kind of the same way we did that French twist. I could just roll my hair up a little bit here. Turn so you can see. Just kind of, again, give that a little bit of a twist. And again, I will grab a little bit of that roll, come over here, flip and push. And then I've got a half up done with just half of my hair. So that's there. Now for the really neat one, which is the ponytail. I love doing a ponytail like this. And most people are like, how in the world would you do a ponytail with these? Well, the key is I'm going to pull my hair up like I'm going to make a ponytail, but I'm going to leave some of it out here at the bottom. I'm not putting quite all of it up. And I'm going to use this hair that is hanging down here to wrap around and be the band for my ponytail. So I'm just going to gather this up with my hand. Then I'll let the rest of that go. And then I'm going to pull that up to the top here. And then I'm going to wrap it around my hair, the base of my ponytail. So that becomes the band for my ponytail. So now I'm going to take these same Upins. It's going to be a smaller motion, but the same idea. So I'm going to grab a little bit of this band of hair. I'll get my hand out of the way so you can see. So again, just a little bit. Sometimes I might only even stick one of the legs through. And I'm not going to come out quite so far. I'm going to keep it closer to the ponytail. But again, just flip it and push that in like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side over here. Just grab a little bit of this band of hair and flip and crisscross that one and put it in as well. And then I've got my ponytail without having to, again, have an elastic and wrap it tons of times and wonder how much, many times I need to wrap it. And if it's going to hold tightly or not, I can adjust it however tight I want it with that band of hair. And the bigger the band, the more hair you leave out, obviously, the bigger the band is going to be. So I've showed you 4 hairstyles that would have normally taken me 4 flexi clips because I would have used a small to have done that I can now do with just 1 pair of Upins. So those are really handy, and I should have left that in there. The next thing I want to show you is what I call the life-changing swerve, because I really did get an email from a lady after she bought one of these, And she said, "Thank you for changing my life." And she's like, "Well, that may have been a bit of an exaggeration, but it is certainly the best $12 that I have ever spent." This is the Swerve when it came out. So it's basically like a big Upin, but it is a little bit different shape. It's very unique. And again, it's going to come in 4 different metal colors. We have the nickel, black nickel, brass, and the rose gold. So that you have those 4 to pick from. And there's also a couple of other different designs of it. For example, if you can see the difference here, like this is the plain nickel. We also have one that's a little bit more flattened. So if you like that. And this one they call the hammered. That's a little bit more flattened. It's just got a little bit of a texture to it. So we have plain Swerves. And then they also came out with, which is really cute, this was the normal Swerve and how long it is. And then they came out last year with this baby Swerve, or the small Swerve that we call it. This is really nice if you're doing something like a half up, or for ladies who maybe have really thin hair again. So these work very similarly to the other ones where I told you sometimes you could just get away with 1 U-pin. Since these are a little bit bigger, you really can often just get away with 1. So I'm going to show you how they work. Again, those start out at like, well, the smaller ones are a little bit less, but the large ones that most people would get, $12. And so most ladies will start out with a plain one, and you can match your hair color or however you like, but it can pretty much just disappear. So for example, if I want a bun and I don't want to have to, again, put an elastic and a bunch of stuff in it, I'm just going to put that bun up, and then I will take this Swerve, and a lot of times I will squeeze it just a little bit when I'm putting it in. Find it might help grip even a little bit better. But I'm going to grab the edge of that bun, come up here, and touch my scalp, flip it, and then just push that back down through. And you can see, that's all you can see of it. There's not much even showing. And that will hold my bun like all day. So if you really want something that will just sort of disappear, the plain Swerves are great. Now let me show you, because most ladies start out with the plain ones just to give them a try, see if they really work. Once they see how great they work, they tend to start moving up to the blingier ones. So here's what we have. You can actually get them with beaded Swerves on them, we call them. We have lots of different styles. This one's freestyle, which I love because it's got lots of different colors on it. We've got one that has pearls and like little crystals on it, which is really pretty. One really popular one is this turquoise one. It's called Louisa, I think. But I'm going to show you how I like to use these for a ponytail and why. I'm going to do my ponytail again. I want to make sure I put it up pretty high because those little fork things, since I'm not going to put it in sideways this time, are going to come down the back of my head. But I'm just going to, again, leave some of my hair out, wrap my own hair around that ponytail. Okay, so I've got this nice little band of hair here for my ponytail. And one thing I want to show you before I put this in, I'm going to turn it around backwards. Do you see that wire? Again, just like with the flexi clips, that is piano wire. So these beads are put on there. They are going to stay on there. This is not like that wire that will, or string that will dry rot and then your beads are going to pop off. That is done with super strong piano wire. So those beads are there to stay. So I am going to kind of turn this thing upside down, because if you see how it's curved, I'm going to want that to go down around my head. So I'm going to flip it upside down, grab, I'm going to squeeze again just a little bit, grab some of that band of hair, come up here, and I usually give it a little twist as I'm doing that, and then flip it over and push it down in, and it almost lifts your ponytail just a little bit, which is kind of fun. And then I leave it stick up just a little bit, and it kind of just crowns my ponytail. It just sort of goes right around it. And I just love that. And I think it's such a cute look. And so I wear this a lot with a ponytail like that. Love it. So it just gives a little extra bling to, you know, to something that's very, very functional. And then when I want it down, all I have to do is pull it out. We do have some, just to show you other decorations. The decorated ones bump up to $19 a piece. And then we have some that are even fancier that would go up to $29. These are my show prices that I add tax and stuff on. But these are pretty, like a rainbow and a blue one. We have one that are like posies, which are really pretty. We've got gold and rose gold in that. And then these are nice, I think, for like really for formal type things too. They're kind of the iridescent or just the plain crystal that are really pretty. And then, and this one I think also is one of, this is orchid. This one's just gorgeous. It's big and it's got the thing, and it's just, you feel like almost you've got like a Hawaiian flower in your hair whenever you're wearing that one. It's one of my favorites. And this one actually, this is my personal one. I bought this because we wear a lot of purple with Lilla Rose. Purple is one of my favorite colors. But this one's $48, and the reason is because these crystals are actually, I always say this wrong, they're like the Swerves crystals. So they're very high quality crystals. And again, you can see piano wire. You certainly wouldn't want those to just eventually pop off. So we've got those. So another great option. And then there's also these, which are kind of long, and they have a jewel at the end. We have 5 different versions of this. This one's the sapphire one, and it's done in black nickel. There's also a pink one, an emerald one, a topaz one that I think is done in a gold finish, and a purple as well. And they're $23 a piece. And if you want to buy all 5 of them, they go down to $20 a piece. So you can get a set of 5 for $100. You'll notice they're a little narrower. We do have these other long pins as well that are, these are the same price as the Swerves. But if you see that this one's much narrower than these, and even, it's about the same probably, even a little bit narrower than a normal U pin. And so I was really kind of, when I first cut this, like, I wonder if it's going to work as well. But I think it kind of works like a hair stick because it's so narrow, and I love it. I'll put my hair up in a bun just really quickly. I was amazed how well it worked. I just didn't figure, since the legs of the U-pin, so to speak, were so close together, I just wasn't sure if it would work as well. But they have done, it's done an amazing job. So, but same motion, I'm gonna grab this, a little bit of my bun, come up here and flip it, and then just work that back down through. Now, since it's longer, it's gonna stick out a little bit more at the bottom. But then the jeweled part is up here, and I love them. I know it may be a little harder to see because of the color of my hair, but I like the way that the sunlight actually can come through that and catch the color of it. So those are just a super, it's just a super quick way to put your hair up, and I love how they hold. So one last, actually one other thing, I'll show you these. Option, and these are only $9 a piece. They are acrylic, and we have, so they're also a U-pin. We've got black, dark tortoise, light tortoise, and then white, pink, and purple, like a cream color purple. Let me just show you real quickly how those work as well. I will stick the white one in my hair. Maybe you can see that one a little bit better. So I'm just going to pop this out and just show you. Again, it works the same way. So I'm just going to grab part of this bun, come up here, flip it, and then push it down through. And that will hold my hair. So you get a little bit of something showing, but it's not really blingy. These are really popular with probably younger girls, even teenagers or young girls, but a lot of ladies just, they're one thing about them, no, they're not metal, but they're not just really cheap plastic, they're pretty thick, so they're still fairly durable, but they're very lightweight. So if you already kind of have thick hair, you don't want to force them, too much, but they will hold, and they're nice and lightweight. So that's one thing that I really like those for. And they're very inexpensive at $9 a piece. So you can get packs of 3, which I think it takes them down even a little bit cheaper. So lots of options with the designs on the end. It's just an endless things you can do with them. I'm gonna end up with just showing you one kind of a neat different thing, just to show you it's not just even buns and twists and things. Show you one thing I used to buy, because I've always wanted to get my hair in a French twist. So I found this crazy thing, and you can see it was like a big comb, and the end of it's already broken off. There used to be pearls on it. It's just discolored really badly, and it never really worked. It never held my hair well. And so I was so excited, because I always loved the look of a French twist but couldn't do it. I had a friend who, her daughter had super long, thick hair, and she was in a wedding, and they all wanted their hair up in French twists. And it took like an hour and a half for the lady that was doing hair to get enough bobby pins in her hair to try to make that French twist hold. But I was able to do this for her in just, 30 seconds. And she was like, oh, this would have been so nice. I wouldn't have had to sit there that long. So there are just really a game changer, especially for ladies with long hair. They're a great gift option too, because if you know someone has long hair, shoulder length or longer, you don't have to worry about what size should I buy, because the 3-inch ones are going to work fine for that. So you just get the normal pair and they should be able to use them. So I'm going to show you something called a pony roll really quickly. I'm going to grab a different pair here. One of my favorites that I use, especially in the springtime, are the dogwoods. So I'm going to use those to show you this pony roll, and then we'll be all done. I start out with kind of holding my hair off to one side, and I'm going to start to twist it. And the important thing is here, you want to twist up toward the top of your head. Don't roll it down underneath. You want to roll it up toward the top of your hair. So top of your head. So if you can see here, all I'm doing is rolling. I'm not doing anything fancy, just twisting. Just twisting my hair straight up, okay? And as I'm doing that, so I've got this kind of roll now at the bottom, I'm going to take my dogwoods, I can find them, and again, this time I'm almost going to do kind of put them at an angle. So I'm going to put it in, kind of go up toward the right a little bit and flip it, and then kind of put it in at a little bit of an angle. And then I'm going to do the same thing a little further down on this roll and put another one up here, flip, and push it down like that. And if you can see, then what it's done is I've kind of got this ponytail that's off to the side, like this on the side, but I've got this cute little roll that's gone up, and it will hold like that. So that's just one other thing. There's so many different things that you could do with these. And I love it. If you get a pair of them and you start playing around, post pictures. If you're watching this in a party, then you can go to your hostess's website. But if you don't already have a Lilla Rose stylist and you'd like to order a pair, you can go to my website at www.lillarose.biz/DianaPoling. This is my Facebook page that you can see and follow if you want to see about sales or different ideas and things like that. And I'd love to see you post pictures there if you play around with them and get a pair. And if you have any questions at all, that is my email address. So any of those ways you can get in touch with me, and I'd be happy to help you and help you figure out how to use these amazing Upins and Swerves. So thank you all very much for your time. I really appreciate it, and I hope you grab a pair or a single one and have a lot of fun. Thank you. Bye.